I guess we had a team do a better job of getting the word out, playing telephones. Anyways, from here on out, it's going to be the third Tuesday every month, 6:30. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It is auditorium. And we thank our sponsors for tonight, the Elder Institute and the Ross D School, and the Entrepreneurship and the Travel Club for the kind of use of this facility, which is our first time actually here. Tonight we have 4 companies presenting. Unfortunately, Zach too was not able to join us due to an infrastructure crisis, as often happens in startups. So they're actually at the office right now dealing with that. But we promise to have them back to demo their iPhone live streaming TV application in a future event. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce our speaker. Oh, actually, David introduced our speaker.
But first, let's give it up for Doug. Doug is the organizer of the organizers of HTML Tech. So he's why we're all here. There's a very short foundation story. Kind of goes like this. Sometime last year, I thought this would be a good idea. All right, so I'm going to bring on 4 companies. First, I'm going to give you the rules. Doug, thank you for giving us the sponsors. We're going to have a 5-minute talk, informal. They're going to tell us all about their technology and their business. We're looking for wet, early-stage startups. So, if you know of one that's not represented and ought to be, please send to the organizers. That's organizers@h2tech.org. After your 5 minutes are up on that timer sitting right next to Doug, you'll reset the timer, and it is up to you folks to give up 5 minutes of excellent Q&A. Really beat the crap out of these people. Really give them important things to think about that will help their businesses grow and be stronger. That's what our job is. Jake Sigal's job is to lead us off today. Jake is a fellow who DJed himself through school, and then he took his love of engineering and music and brought us the beautiful devices that he showed at the CES show last month that he's going to demonstrate for us now. Let's give it up for Jake Sigal of Myine.
Thanks. So, again, my name is Jake Sigal from Myine Electronics, and this is a company I developed for my boomer parents. These are my parents. They are like most boomer parents out there that love technology, but sometimes don't need all the extra bells and whistles. And it's not for the high-tech folks, it's for the average folks. And that's someone that's really left behind by the Sonys and Panasonics of the world. And that's a vertical niche market that I've grown this business into. A little bit about me. I have 28 years of experience, and so I'm 28 years old. At 7, I reverse engineered the VCR in my parents' den, and my dad still hasn't forgiven me for it. At 23, I invented the first product in the world that allowed you to convert vinyl records for people that are in school. Those are those big plastic disc things that spin around and make sound. And I made a product for my dad so he could cram his vinyl records into his Ford Mustang CD player. At 25, I got hired by XM Satellite Radio to head up the product marketing group and developed all the portable players that you could go buy in Best Buy. And that was here in Michigan Development Corporation. At 26, I got really tired of working for the man, started Myine Electronics and Livio Radio, secured $2 million in funding, and just last year we hit our $1 million mark in revenue. Main problems that we solve, and it's important to mention that you don't want to create a problem, you want to find an existing problem and then solve it. My kids have to figure out my iPod story, and I think my mom actually said. I don't have time to update my iPod. Commercials are annoying on FM. I don't want any more monthly bills, and why isn't there just technology designed for me? And this is that specific space for Myine Electronics, which makes it the product for my boomer parents. Now, I can talk about how great my companies are, but I let the experts say most. Everyone from CNN to the New York Times has even better homes and gardens getting one of our products, and one tech gift for 2009. And that's primarily women over 45 that read that pub. And it's because we understand how to make the core features and keep it simple and fast. Everyone says the products are simple, but we actually do it. The product I wanted to walk through today is called the Abby. For my mom, she has an iPod shuffle that I gave it to her for a holiday gift a few years ago. She had the same 50 Frank Zappa and Beatles songs on it that I loaded on her for 5 years ago. And when she plugs it into her computer, the screen pops up. And this doesn't apply to anybody in this room. But think about people that you may know that this applies to. She screen comes up on the Mac, it says, you know, synchronization, would you like to update your mobile? Just cancel. You know, I don't understand that. And that's the demographic we went with this product. So I took some technologies available and basically took a standard MP3 player. This is a $10 cartridge China. We did our design around it, but a very basic chipset. So an FM radio, incorporated some patented technology from a Swedish company that eliminates the commercials from DJ and commercials for DJ talk from the FM stream. And that's patent technology put in the box. Put it all together, did a design patent, put a patent around it, and now we have the iPod for my boomer parents. We showed this at 2008 CES, 2009 CES, so a little over a year ago. We got top 25 products at the show in the last batch of standing competition. And this year we received 2 design and innovation awards from the Consumer Electronics Association. Not because this is the coolest MP3 player, not because it has 1 terabyte of storage, but because it's something that my mom can plug in and use. And it's very simple, like TiVo for radio type concept. So music and commercial style, there's no subscriptions. It's as easy to use as FM because it is FM. And that's the app system. I can, for the questions and answers, I'd be happy to talk about any specs or details of design or green tech we put into this. So, one thing I'll mention, we work with the National Federation of the Blind out in DC to make this product as accessible as possible. They asked us to increase the button height and get the sizing right. Not because I want to make a radio for the blind, because I knew that if the NFB could approve a product and work with us, it would work for an aging population. And that's something that's really important to our brain as we go into that market. Last thing I want to show is something that I think is really forgotten once you get to the real world. And it's common sense. So a lot of companies I've seen focus on technology, and they're technology-driven companies are really at the bottom of the quadrant with success and then sales. New technology doesn't sell. It requires a combination of marketing, finding something specific, and then putting technology that's already available into those products. So high budget shotgun I would look is very similar to your commodity-based products that have a little bit of a newer feature. OLED is one example of that, which Sony recently dropped, which I've heard LG has recently picked up. Just another example of something people really don't need, but it's high tech when they throw millions of dollars in marketing at it. So I'd like to open up for questions, but I appreciate taking a look at our Abby products. And any questions for Myine or Livio grants?
Don't be shy.
We also have a new thing too. We have this year at the show, we have the product originally was on an MP3 player, now we have it on iPod, iPhone, and Android, which you can connect right to the top.
Let me go ahead.
Is there a copyright issue by recording the audio?
Yes, we have to pay a royalty to the copyright board, which falls under the Audio Home Recording Act. So you cannot take these songs and then put them on a computer, but my mom doesn't want to do that anyways. So it fits in well with the demographic, and we pay a royalty for that. Yes.
Okay, how did you handle the royalties for the MP3 photo? Was that directly through whoever was providing the chipset, or did you handle it yourself?
Matt, who would pay for our MP3? Thompson is one of them. I know for Windows for the new iPhone app we developed and launched at CES this year that is a car internet radio application. We have to pay Windows directly, and there's like a flat fee up front plus 10 cents a unit. I'm not sure about the MP3. I think it's Thompson and via licensing.
All right, so that brings my question, which is how does this make money? Do you make money on the recurring revenue? Do you recover all your costs on the sale of the unit? Tell us about your business model.
Sure. Actually, I got a slide for that.
Who knew?
Here is,
Got an app for that?
here's how we make our money. There's really 3 ways. We take our products, we mark them up, sell them to Target, they mark them up, and then you go and pay double the price of what it cost me to, or a little more than that, of what it cost me to build it in Asia. A second method with our Livio model is we work with Pandora and National Public Radio. So we take our products, they tell their listeners about it. So we were on the front page of NPR's website, Pandora, it hits about 7 million uniques a month for us. And then those users go back through coupon code and buy from our site. And the third way would be just some examples, conceptual of deals that aren't in progress. With companies like ESPN or Vonage, where they would buy a stockpile. One example is a very large hotel chain. There's over 1.5 million rooms that came by at CES in our booth this year and said, I would like to replace the iHome with one of your internet radios. And they would buy bulk, and it's cash in, cash out deal for us.
Thank you. David? Told you I was going to call him. All right, over here.
It looks big. Can you
This?
make it smaller?
This system, it does have speakers in it, I probably should mention that. It's dual speaker cabinets, it's acoustically tuned. And we had to make it a little larger because the whole top part of this is acoustically sealed where the electronics are. Everything underneath is a pure, like, open air chamber. So the whole product is completely sealed off. It's a good sounding radio. I'd say it's comparable to a typical earbud from a sound perspective. Yes.
Hey, could you talk more about the car applications? Kind of touched on that. What is that? What direction you want to take it?
Sure. I mean, my business, it's like the railroad industry, Don, because they're in the railroad industry, not the transportation industry. Our company's in the digital audio industry, so we focus on taking digital audio and getting it to people where they want to be. So we're in the home and we're going in the car. So the application we announced, which is the top 20 at CES this year, allows you to listen to over 20,000 internet radio stations and programs while driving. And it will be connecting with a few OEM vehicles you expect to see in the next few years.
Does it work in a jumbo jet? Just kidding.
Not yet.
Right over here.
On that.
What kind of competition do you see for this sort of device? Are you going to continue making hardware, or is there a horizon beyond which you know that Sony will come to the party and crash it?
It's a good question. Regarding competition, I mean, Sony copied my invention in Eusebio Turntable 2.5 years after I did it, but we sold actually 1,200,000 units after. I think that if we focus on the areas where Sony, Apple, Microsoft aren't focusing, which is the boomer parents like that cartoon I showed you, we'll be fine. If I go to compete with Apple, I will lose, and I know that. And that's why Apple's asked us and licensed us to develop what we've done on the hardware, which costs money to hardware, directly on the application. Oops, sorry. So you can see that on the app itself, it exactly mimics the actual hardware.
Can you tell us what the application does?
The application is nothing more than an MP3 player. What makes the application unique is that it docks. I have a sample over there of one that we replaced the dock connector for the hardware MP3 player with an Apple 40-pin connector that's then docked on top of the music that's recorded synchronizes in the iPod.
20 seconds. Last question, David.
Who's your closest competitors for the boomer market?
Probably Bose, I would say, and aside Apple. But Bose is obviously a little more of a low-tech, very high-end brand. Typically, that's a really good example. Nobody really does high-tech for boomers. That's a space that's still open.
Jake Sigal, Myine Electronics. All right, now Greg is going to come down and set up. And in the meantime, I'm going to entertain you by telling you that I'm recruiting today. Oh, now I got your attention. Good. I'm David Bloom. I work with the Factotum Business Accelerator. I'm a venture catalyst. So what I'm trying to do here is take some of my portfolio companies and boost them up with your smarts. So raise your hand, please, if you are comfortable working with customer data. Okay, keep those hands up. Now raise your hand if you are comfortable in a client-facing role. Keep those hands up. Okay, now raise your hand if you're interested in working for an entrepreneurial startup. Okay, those of you with 3 hands up, please see me after. Are we up? All right. Also recruiting for a medical device company, medical device quality and software validation. Boy, I always get a lot of hands on that one, yeah.
David, who's this?
Sorry?
Who is this?
This is Greg.
Greg, okay.
Greg Smith. Can you wait until I introduce him to introduce him?
Well, I gotta get the screen up.
Thank you. Greg Smith really was the CTO of Move Networks, even though you couldn't find that button there, and it's a trick button. All right. And Greg is now doing Connected Life, which is the next generation of Move Networks. Let's give it up for Greg.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Doug, for letting me come and join kind of here at the last minute. I think like any passionate entrepreneur, I don't really have a 5-minute presentation. It's taking me at least an hour to explain to you how exciting my company. What I want to do, though, is just quickly share with you what the product is and then touch on what our go-to-market strategy is. Why we think we're going to be successful bringing that product in market. Connected Life is a triple-play service provider. You can get, I think in this area, it's Comcast is an example of a triple-play service provider that provides you television, it provides you your internet connectivity, and it provides you a telephone line. of being able to bundle those things together. They've yet to really do a lot with integrating the actual services, so that you could do something like like shared viewing, or have somebody's voice coming through your 5.1 speakers while you're speaking in the room. That's what we do. So in the simplest terms, we're looking to take what has been, I think, a static user experience since we came up with the remote control. We really haven't seen a change in the user experience for an application like television. You know, it was a milestone to go from the knob, turning the knob to the remote control. I think probably the next milestone was having a channel you could tune to and actually see what was on television. And then the huge step forward of being able to click somewhere in that list and actually jump to that channel, and done. We stopped. And that's been 15 years since some of those user experiences were out there. Meanwhile, you have devices like a Nintendo Wii, which take advantage of positional navigation, like a mouse. We don't have a mouse. We know how powerful a mouse is, and yet we don't have it integrated into a television product. What you see up there on the screen is a remote control that's put out by Universal Electronics. It uses a technology base from a company called Press Labs, and it's a pretty simple, very similar to those of you who played with a Wii, very similar to what you would call an air mouse. You can point at the screen, you can click on things, and you're off and running. It dramatically increases the amount of content that you can navigate. Much more powerful navigation. The concept of integrating the services has to go beyond the bill. And what I mean by that is it still amazes me today that I can go to Best Buy and I'll be charged $120 for a phone that's dumber than the one AT&T will give me for free with my wireless subscription. It can't keep a calendar, it can't keep contacts, it can't do email, it can't do any of those things, and yet it still maintains the price point. At no point have we seen any real mainstream adoption of the simple abilities we have on our PC to manage contacts or to manage a calendar, or even just dial somebody and then pick up your phone and talk to them through your living room technologies, whatever they might be, set-top box, what have you. In the platform that we're rolling out, we're really going down market in terms of price, but up market in terms of capabilities. So rather than focus on these old style set-top boxes that have very specific custom chips in them, we can do today a $110 set-top box, probably twice as much as you can do in yesterday's $300 set-top box. So, simply stated, this is the connected home today. You have the 3 different lines coming in, and this is the connected home tomorrow. In the homes that we're signing up, we're moving into this type of model where you have sort of one data plane for the home, and you're able to run all of your services over that, whether it's the television service or the phone service or the internet service. About 8 years ago, there was a whole lot of interest in IPTV by very small networks, and they all went out and they spent a lot of money building MPEG-2 infrastructure. They now have to upgrade that to MPEG-4. They realized that not only the overhead cost, but the operating cost of those businesses really didn't work out too well for them. So they're not very interested in doing this again. And that's where we come in. That's really what our execution strategy is. We're going to individual networks and we're acquiring their operations. We're acquiring the video operations, and then we're building underneath them the new UI. So we're up and running today in Utah. Just started selling this week for the first time in a great city.
Very good. Thank you, Greg. Anybody want to beat me to the first question?
How does that compare to AT&T's Uverse and Verizon's Fios?
Compare to Fios or ATT Uverse?
Yeah.
I think of both of those as examples of figuring out how to take infrastructure and do the exact same thing that was already done with some different structure. So AT&T's U versus Verizon Fios are simple, straightforward, traditional television services. AT&T, as an example, even still today with the media room backend, can't do a local ad insertion. And they just haven't taken advantage of any concept of interactivity. And so I think those guys got into that business in order to compete. They just said, hey, we need a television service to compete with cable. They weren't actually trying to build a new one to reach everyone. David?
Please forgive my ignorance, but do you sell a product or a service? When someone gives you money, what do they walk away with?
Service.
Service.
It's a triple play service. So we're your data provider, we're your phone provider, and we're your television provider.
So like a cell phone company, you get a terminal, but you're buying the service. Red t-shirt?
Yeah, so I'm wondering who your target market is. You mentioned Ring City, Utah.
Yeah.
But is your goal to go into the rural incumbent market and go and help them with their FTTH deployments and then deploy this on top of that? Or
Yes. That's exactly right. And we've been getting some phone calls from them, and we're working with them a little bit. As they've been putting their proposals together to raise money, they've been interested in demonstrating they can run services like ours over them so they can improve profitability and shovel ready. We're following fiber right now.
So I guess broadband conduit, so in Utah you deliver all your television over IP and it's just a streaming service, or they just have a cable?
That's correct. It's all delivered over IP. Utah was an interesting place for us to start because there's this group called Utopia out there who is they're sort of a conglomeration of some municipalities who came together and started digging conduit and putting fiber into homes. So there's about 140,000 homes out there that have these fiber connections. We're not primarily trying to go out and compete with Qwest or AT&T or any other things.
So broadcast television station is delivered with multicast, or what is it?
Yeah, what we do is we just actually put up a little antenna, and then we just drop the broadcast into an IP multicast cast later, and it runs right down the fiber from there.
Back here?
What is your exit strategy?
I'm not too focused on that right now. Focused on building the business.
Ed?
What's your business model, and are you selling direct to the end user consumer, or are you going into a community, say an apartment complex or a bigger
The MDUs are a huge opportunity for us because there's about 30% of the citizens of this country who live in apartment complexes, and they have been underserved, classically underserved for quite some time with television. We have to develop some additional transport technologies first before we're able to get our signal to all of these MDUs. There's many of them now where the infrastructure is good enough we can get it there, but they're really the large ones and very few of them. So we have to extend out. Our business model is a monthly subscription fee, and we actually sell door to door. And we can do that because we're focused on where that fiber went. So everybody on that neighborhood has that fiber. We're not going to do it.
Jim?
So one of the reasons that Comcast smashed the market with the triple play is because they own the customer endpoint, they own the IP transit, and now they own the content with NBC. Do you really need to compete with a company that owns the entire pathway from content to distribution to end user?
No. No, I don't. I think we're gonna be successful selling in very specific areas and in demonstrating certain capabilities. The example I gave earlier about just being able to do local ad insertion, and then there's probably another aspect of the company.
That was my question, which is, what's the incoming revenue ad versus service versus hardware and upgrades versus premium? Can you give us a little verbal pie chart?
Right now it's not different from television, so you're still going to see, we're not creating new content, you're still going to see the 22 ads per hour that you would see today. What we can do is we can add in network DVR capabilities, and then we can turn over the control of the ad insertion while you're watching the VOD to the national program. This is why VOD didn't succeed today, really, because you don't have a lot of content in there, and that content's not there because the content owners can't control what ads. They don't have direct access to multi-user, multi-point control of the content management system to actually put those ads in.
That is a very big iceberg you've just given us the tip of. I for joining us. Greg. All right, I want to invite up Mark Sendo, thank you, who's going to be our next speaker. And while he's getting his, while Dan is getting his laptop set up, I want to introduce you to Claire. Claire, stand up. Let's give it up for Claire. Claire. I just met Claire. Claire is the quintessential entrepreneur. She ran it right into the ground, all right? So if anybody can loan her $50 to get her to the end of the week, Sarada, who sits next to her, says, yes, she's good for it. It's a good investment. Let's keep Claire afloat if we can. All right. Boy, that really quieted the room, didn't it? All right. Next, I want to introduce somebody who needs no introduction, Mish Saboski from Great Lakes Entrepreneurs Quest. Mish, can you tell us in the moment that it's going to take Dan to get set up what's going on with the Quest right now? Give us some deadlines.
Yeah.
Stand up. Mish.
Hi. The Great Lakes Entrepreneurs Quest runs a business plan competition, and this particular phase we have 3 different categories instead of 2. One is new business idea, and if you register by the 5th of March at gleq.org,
5th of March, that's 3 weeks.
You will need to get your executive summary, 5-page executive summary in by the 7th of May, so you'll have several weeks and you'll get hooked up with a coach to work with to develop the executive summary.
Any GLEQ coaches here? Raise them high. That's the value. Go.
Second phase, or the second category is the existing business. So if you have customers and you're working on it, you could win $25,000 for your business plan. And again, same deadlines, March 5th and May 7th. And the third category is a new one for us, and you submit the business plan through the Smart Zone in your area, and you can win $100,000. So again, you get hooked up with a coach, and again, we'll have our award ceremony on the 10th of June, my birthday. So everybody should come and bring up a present.
Cupcake.
So that's it.
Thank you,
And
Mish.
when I have
So the
these
important,
nice cards.
we've got some, why don't you set those here so that folks will have them when they come and go. The important deadline, and it's a painless deadline, March 5th, whether you're a new business idea emerging or you're going for the 100,000 grand prize, go to gleq.org, fill out a very pain-free application form. That doesn't mean you have to submit a business plan or an exec summary or anything after that. It gives you the opportunity to do so a couple months later. Thank you, Mish. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our youngest presenter today, Ethan Sendo. Ethan, stand up. Ethan's dad is going to tell us, he's a serial CEO, he's going to tell us all about the future of social gaming and Bodega. Take it away.
Thanks, man. Hi, my name is Mark Sendo. I'm the founder and CEO of Bodega. Just to get an idea of the audience, how many people here use Facebook? Can you raise their hand? Okay. And how many people have played a social game on Facebook, like Arbor, Cafe World? And come on, man. I know you're hiding. Many people don't want to admit it. But you'd be surprised that about 260 million people or 400 million people on Facebook have played a social game. It's a really extreme market. So this is being speaking about it. All right, so if we look at the market for social gaming, I just got back from Hamburg, Germany, at the Casual Connect last week, and these stats are pretty current. So, as you know, Facebook is a worldwide, global network now, surpassing 400 million users. The business model is converging, seems to make sense with virtual goods. And Sendo, one of the top gaming company on Facebook, it's a private company, but its anticipated revenues are about $750 to $1 billion, which may even surpass Facebook itself. And with some of the popular games like Arbor, Cafe World, and Texas Hold'em. I already discussed how many people play games. It's absolutely amazing. And what happens is that on these virtual social games, people earn currencies, or they buy currencies, or earn virtual goods, or they buy virtual goods to increase the level of but up until now, users have had no destination to trade these virtual goods. They would end the game, end their time, and that virtual good would just would expire, or if it was a farm, the farm would die. Or so, that's where we come in. So for that, I want to just talk to you about how hot the market for social media is. Subaru Wars was acquired. Sendo just did a big raise for $180 million at a $1.5 billion valuation. EA acquired Playfish for about $400 million. Multimedia is just a really hot space right now. It's probably the hottest sector that I know of. So Bodega, we were featured in TechCrunch and Virtual Goods News when we launched the first virtual goods marketplace on Facebook itself. It's like an eBay, but the goods traded in the marketplace are virtual goods and virtual currencies. So this is the, I don't want to talk a lot about the product, I was just more educating about the social gaming aspect of the market. So users come to our site with items that they have earned or purchased, and they can buy and sell them just like any other item on eBay. We have a silent auction, we have a buy it now. And right now we're strictly on Facebook. We also leverage some of the social tools with the social graph on Facebook, the karma, and the ratings, just to ensure that users are well aware of how, if they sell something, they have something to sell. If they buy something, they have the currency to buy it. So we're pretty excited about what we just launched. So how we fit in the ecosystem of the virtual games is you have other developers and big game developers, and they're exploding right now. The number of games over here, and the number of users in the bottom. And then the marketplace kind of facilitates the destination of the trading of these virtual goods and currencies. So we employ the same business model as any other Sigal or Playfish or Play-Doh. Basically offers, and people use, they complete an offer, they use PayPal, and most recently we just got approved by Facebook to use Facebook credits, where it might become the next currency of choice on the Facebook platform. So they use their credits to trade with and buy virtual goods and virtual currencies. So we have an intern program here at UM. I think we have 12 interns now. We're Dan's running this program. It's one of the investors from Europe. They said, why limit ourselves to one university? So now he's created an infrastructure to scale to 5 universities in the next month or so. So it's going really well. And our biggest hurdle right now is to sign up game developers and publishers in the marketplace and create some sort of efficiency in it. So that's kind of the challenge that we face at this time. So these are some of the board of advisors and investors in the company. From Rocky and Low Labs and Sly Gamer and Zing, and so we're pretty. We've been working on this advisory board for about 6 months, so we're pretty happy with the team behind us. That's it.
All right, thank you, Mark Sendo. I'm down here because I'm going to take cuts in front of Kyle. The games that are going to be selling virtual goods through Bodega, what is the model for engaging what amount to your content providers?
The developers?
On Mafia Wars, on Farmville. What's in it for me?
So 2 things, revenue share arrangement on every transaction, and hopefully a new user.
Excellent.
You have the buyer of the good, that's a guaranteed user for that game, and then the seller, we implement a advertising method that gives the seller an advertisement for another game made by that developer, and so then the seller is encouraged to return to the game as well.
Cool.
So they might gain 2 users from 1 transaction, but they're guaranteed to gain the buyer.
These things aren't viral enough. All right, Kyle?
So I understand the rise of virtual currencies, virtual goods. I understand the rise of social games on Facebook and other platforms. But I don't understand, I don't understand who your customer is, like who's paying you, and what the value proposition to them is.
That's a great question. So the average lifespan of a user playing these games is about a month and a half. So I play Mafia Wars or Texas Hold'em after about a month and a half. I'm tired of it. I want to try another game. But I have all of a sudden these currency or virtual goods. So right today there's nothing I can do with that, right? So the idea was there's actually strong demand from the users. And the users pay us by buying our currency to trade the items. So we're a P2P marketplace, the first one that launched on Facebook.
Well, so let me just summarize that. So you're taking currency in these different games and allowing people to trade that currency between themselves?
Yes. So I have 10,000 Mafia or points, and I'll sell them in the Bodega marketplace, hopefully with Facebook credits, and I'll use the proceeds to go buy something else in the market.
You ever go to the bank and buy euros? They don't give you the perfect exchange.
Can you buy some afterwards?
So that's the billion-dollar question. So our challenge is to get as many developers and publishers signed up. So the same, we've already had discussions with the top 3. They're waiting to see how we do. So our goal is to work.
Serrata, then Doug.
Have you heard from the IRS yet? Seriously.
No, we're a small player. I'm sure Arbor and PayPal and everyone else.
IRS agents, hands? Okay, we're cool.
But it's a follow-up. A similar issue happened actually in China when there are even bigger platforms for those games over there, Tencent and all those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And the secondary markets for those items actually got regulated, right? They actually got the boot by the Chinese government because all these guys are trying to control. When you have a big game, you're effectively a central banker, right? You have to control for inflation, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And when you've got these sort of secondary markets to trade these otherwise illiquid assets, it depends.
All macroeconomics rules apply, only small.
Yeah, it depends on whether you're the guy whose whose economy is at risk of having all this stuff.
Well, I think the difference is we're familiar with Asian markets, and all of those I think are non-sanctioned marketplaces. They're secondary underground market trading, right? We launched a sanctioned marketplace, so we have to get approval right from the developer or the game publisher itself. So,
back here.
What are the characteristics of the users that are online gaming? Because when you ask the question here, only a few people raise their hands.
Yeah, but that's kind of misleading because I think, honestly, I think the number would be a lot higher if we actually admitted it. That's what studies show.
If you did not admit that you were a game player.
Yeah, studies show it, but look at the M&A activity. Obviously, it's the future with marketing.
I'm just asking, do you have
the demographics
on the current user base?
There's been a 90-page report written up on basically just that 2 months ago. We don't have any data with us, but a large chunk of it is between like the 12 and 35-year-old age range. Is that what you're asking?
Yep.
Yeah.
John Paul, you're a gamer, right? What do you play? No?
Yes.
All right, over here.
I have a question. So this is just casual games on Facebook right now. Do you see yourself trying to go to casual games on other platforms like the computer, or do you see yourself going into crazy 30-hour RPGs on
Yeah, that's a great question. I was just like I mentioned, I was just at Casual Connect and Arbor, and those were all casual games online, right? So they're all setting offices up in San Francisco. They see the market potential. They saw Bodega as a venue to drive Facebook usage to their games casually. So yeah, we're going MMOs, casual games, destination sites.
Cool. Bodega. All right, our keynote tonight, Jeff and Bob from FamilyMint. And can I get Ethan Sendo again? Ethan's going to be a visual aid this time. Where'd you go? Oh, he's quick. He's upstairs? Okay. And Ethan, of course, is traveling with the Bodega team. Jeff and Bob, the FamilyMint team, have between the two of those co-founders 13 children. They are eminently qualified to talk about FamilyMint as soon as the AV is set up. All right, let's give it up for Jeff and Bob, FamilyMint.
Thank you, David.
No problem.
Appreciate it. All right, 5 minutes, and as another presenter said, we can spend an easy hour talking about this. So we're going to do what we can in the next 5 minutes. We, as he said, had 13 kids between us. This product really grew out of a need that Bob and I had ourselves. And what we found is that as our kids were getting older, they had literally just hundreds of dollars up in the room. They didn't know what to do with it. If we couldn't find any good solution out there that would help us help them. And we really walked into an opportunity which FamilyMint is the solution for. So FamilyMint is positioned to help kids appreciate money. And as we know, as we've seen in world events around today, financial management isn't our strong suit. And we're going to help, through FamilyMint, help parents help their children. And once we get parents and families interested, we can get others interested as well. We can get financial institutions interested, academic organizations interested, and sponsors interested as well. So this is about $1 billion market we're operating in. We plan to grow to about $30 million within about 5 years. And what is FamilyMint? Let's talk about that. So FamilyMint is an online money management application for kids where parents access to that. So the problem is that kids that grow up without financial discipline are at a huge disadvantage. In fact, the fastest growing age group filing for bankruptcy is 18 to 24-year-olds. So as soon as they leave home, that's the age group that's filing for bankruptcy. Only 5% of us learned anything about money management in elementary or high school. And some of us did learn about money management. About 71% learned something about it from our parents. So we're learning something about it. We're not learning it in school, we're learning it from our parents. And so FamilyMint is positioned to help parents help their kids. And in the process, we teach the parents too, because they honestly don't know a whole lot about it. So the solution, of course, FamilyMint. We have 3 distinct interfaces, one for parents, and then Bob will give you a demo here in a second. One for parents, one for junior children, and one for older children. We've really designed this to be fun and interactive and as easy as possible for the parents as well. I won't talk too much about this, but in essence, kids manage their own money. They learn by doing. So they enter transactions, they set goals, they think about what's important to them, and then make it happen in the system. And so what used to be just a pile of cash up in the room becomes virtual, but for them, real for the first time. And for the parents, you make their lives easier. You automate allowance, you allow them to motivate their kids in new ways. To go to the bank, parents hold the money. So they can set motivating interest rates, like giving that kids 10% interest. When the kids understand that, they're like, oh, shouldn't spend my money. In fact, my 9-year-old, when he understood that he was going to make $60 in the next year for doing nothing, ran around and screaming that, $60 for doing nothing? Right, that's what we want. And the kids really start to understand interest and compound interest. And some really easy concepts, keep it really simple, but it's very fundamental. A couple words about the business model. Maybe I'll skip this. We have 4 different ways of making money. I want to show you a quick demo. I mentioned them up front, individuals, financial institutions, sponsorships, academic places. If you want to know more about that, you can ask during the Q&A. So let's do a quick demo. Let's start with the parent interface here.
Thanks, Jeff. As Jeff said, we designed this to be simple on 2 of the interfaces. We have 3 of them. On the parent side, the parent can come in here, and everything they need is in one page. They can see all their children. We can see what the children have in each of their accounts, how much is approved, spendable, and pending. They can come down here and see all the different transactions. They can say, look, I got 6 pending transactions here. They can go through, they can accept or deny those transactions. They can go see the transactional history of all their children, by date, or sort them by categories. Let's go into the child here. Within the child, specific child, I can see the different goals that they've set up. I can see how they're doing to those goals. As Jeff said, we've automated allowance of interest, so if I want to set up an interest rate. I can come in here and I can say, I'm going to pay so-and-so $20 a week or a month. And I'm going to give them an interest rate that's going to make them want to save their money as opposed to spending. The idea behind this is all about the planning, which is the goals, and then the learning to save, hold off on some of those things that we normally just go out and run to the store and buy. On the children's side, it's meant to be very simple, fun, and easy to use. Big buttons, big pictures, and again, they can go through, edit their goals, look at their transactions, and then we also have an advanced interface similar to the parents for older kids, which is going to have more advanced features.
And Jeff and Bob will be demoing this after we adjourn. You can actually, go in and play with it and answer all the demo questions that we didn't get to just now.
Perfect.
All right. I had a question over here. Doug, you want to start it? And then over here.
So is this actually accounting or is this actually banking? Are you setting up like sub-account DDAs for family members, or is this all basically sort of store and forward, creating one account that money's actually going to that the parents are just managing?
So it's all virtual money. The parent holds the money. No money is actually stored in the system. So it's a tracking mechanism.
Okay.
Accounting.
All right. Dan, do you have one?
Yeah. So how do the kids enter what they're spending into the
so the
system?
kids enter where money comes from as deposits, where money's going as they spend it, as they, yeah. Go ahead, Mish. Oh, sorry.
Back and then Mish.
How long did it take you to go from the idea to the application?
We started development in July and released private alpha in December.
Mish.
Have you checked in with any banks? How this might work with them?
We have. So we've gotten interest from a couple different banks, including the Bank of Ann Arbor.
Ed?
A couple questions. Is this in beta where we could go sign up, and then what will it cost?
Good question. It is out there. It's publicly available. You can use it today. It's free. We'll always have a free version. We're working on a pro version this year.
In the back?
If 18 to 24-year-olds are really ones bankruptcy, why aren't you making products for them as well? Huge market competitor.
It's a great question. It's a great question. There's many attempts to teach older students. We're bypassing that and grabbing them when they're younger and really giving them some fundamental skills that they can build on for a lot of other opportunities later.
Paul?
You indicated it's a $1 billion market. Is that the specific market for educational tools for
It's
children?
the allowance market.
What exactly is the $1 billion market? I guess what
Yeah, it's households with children between 6 and 18 that have broadband internet access. About 1 in 5 will actually purchase financial management software like this.
for this younger group, or purchase just
Those 1 in 5 are going to be like the quick users. So 1 in 5 household purchase financial money management software. So that's our serviceable market, which is about $340 million.
So this particular market is young and growing.
Right here?
Yeah, can you just walk me through the life of a purchase? Like a kid decides he wants a wagon, and then he saves up for it, and he buys it. Like, well, how does that actually interface through your software?
Sure. So the child creates a wagon goal, puts in the system how much he thinks the wagon costs, and the system will tell him, well, save $5 a week, you can get a wagon by May of next year, right? And
at the rate that you're saving.
At the rate that you're saving, right? So the system will help them do some simple budgeting without them realizing they're doing that budgeting. And then as the child saves money, they'll see the progress toward their goal made. When they're done, they ask, congratulations, you're done. They ask the parents for the money and go buy it, withdraw that from the goal, and they're done.
Jake, and then
Any plans to make an open API and take it out of the computer?
Thinking about that, but nothing's been developed so far. Is there an idea behind that, Jake?
Chumby, kids are on computers, so Chumby widgets. I mean, they have computers, but, like Chumby widgets, the televisions, it's launch with those.
Okay, yeah.
Ethan, then Nagabushka. Will Ethan make money from this?
Will Ethan make money from this? Ethan will definitely make money from this. So Ethan, instead of your money sitting up in your software, right? You can see your money will work for you for the first time, right? So you'll see you earning interest on your money. You'll see your allowance being deposited. So it's actually becoming interactive for the kids.
Nagabushka. The reward for the...
I was wondering what the reward for kids was.
Allowance.
Well, the kids, one of the things that Jeff mentioned, it becomes real. Once it becomes virtual, it becomes real to the kids. They can now see it. They can see the goals. They can see where their money is, where it's going, and then the parents are rewarding them by giving them allowance. They can match deposits. For example, a college goal, they can match it 100%, 200% for every dollar they put in. They add interest, 10%, 12% interest, things that you can't do with the bank. And so now they can truly see what appreciation looks like.
Last question.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of it is setting goals for like discretionary spending, like they have a goal for something. But do you have a system set up so that you can, have recurring transactions? Like if you wanted to like set it up so the kid had to pay rent every month. Or
Yes. So that'll be part of the pro version. I need that.
Maybe
or
Claire.
your cell phone bill that you got to pay your parents every month.
This has been a great Q&A session and a great kickoff to 2010 A2 New Tech. Thank you very much, FamilyMint. I got two more thank yous here. First, we got one more of our A2 New Tech organizers. Can you please stand and be recognized, A2 New Tech organizers? Doug and Louis. Okay. Yep, Louis is over there. And then lastly, and totally not leastly, Roger Rail, our videographer in the front row here. If you like what you see, he's going to have it up on Ustream, and then we link to that from the website. If you took pictures tonight, you can upload those too. There's all sorts of media opportunities at the A2 New Tech website. We are done. I want you to remember one thing for our next meetup, which is it begins at 6:30. If anybody says it begins at 7, gently tell them they're mistaken. And we're going to have some open announcements afterwards, but if you're Greg and you need to get on the road, I quite understand. Come next month to see Z2. Hopefully the infrastructure crisis will have abated. Come see Wiseman Engine. We've got 5 companies up. It's going to be a very exciting meetup. Doug, take it.
Just another announcement. In the same space on March 4th will be Ignite 3. So those of you who went to the first or second Ignite in Arbor, that'll begin on March 4th at 7 p.m. here. And check out igniteanarbor.com for details.
That's igniteanarbor.com. The speakers for that were announced today. Laser Lunchbox is going to be at that. That's one of our alumni from A2 New Tech is going to be giving an Ignite talk at, what time is it?
7 p.m.
7. Okay. So remember, if it's 7 p.m., it's Ignite. If it's 6:30, it's A2 New Tech.
Any other open announcements from the floor?
Anybody else in the back?
I'd like to announce we have a new resource in town for prototyping and tinkering. All hands active now has a open hackerspace and common tool shop at 525 East Liberty. We're open to everyone. Remember, digital ops is open. And on Thursday night, today, class will be together and build stuff. Everyone's welcome to come and tinker, code, sew, craft, whatever.
That's the same block as the Michigan Theater Digital Ops downstairs.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. All right, if I recruited you earlier, please come and accost me now. We do have those postings we're trying to fill. Thanks very much.
Can I give you a list?